Hi, I'm Mary Kopczynski, the CEO of Regalytics. Here's your update on last week. Okay, so the regulator of the week has to be all 50 states. You guessed it, the state legislatures are all in session. So, of the 15,712 alerts last week, 1,700 were state rule related alerts, meaning not speeches, not people getting in trouble, just changes to the laws of the states, of which 1,400 or so were newly introduced bills. West Virginia was our biggest producer this week with 586 bills proposed. Now, before I walk through this, let me set the stage. So, on average, the state regulators introduce about 200,000 bills a year, and each bill can have anywhere from 10 to 100 alerts before it's signed by the governor. We printed it, we talked about it, we sent it to the committee approved, we voted, it failed, revision, and so on and so forth until it's signed by the governor. So do the math on that. An average of 50 alerts times 200,000 bills, you're talking 10 million alerts a year. And that's just insane. So how is it this easy for me? Well, first of all, I only get alerts in relation to topics I care about. So I have, for example, an alert for EV charging stations and diversity and inclusion and abortion and privacy and so on and so forth. Secondly, I only get alerts on the bill 3 times. The first time it comes out, so it's on my radar. The second, if there's a hearing or an opportunity for public comment. And then finally again, when it's signed by the governor. As you can imagine, this dramatically shrinks the noise and lets me focus on the signal. So, of the 1,400 introduced bills, here were the most interesting ones. So, on abortion, 5 states introduced 12 bills, including New York opening up a private right of action for fertility fraud, meaning if someone takes your stuff and unbeknownst to you uses it for something you didn't consent to, you can sue them privately. Privacy. Nebraska is leading the charge by proposing a blanket right to individual privacy plus a Genetic Information Privacy Act. Mississippi, Maryland, and New York proposed rules for how biometric data can be used. West Virginia put out rules on newborn genetic privacy rights as well as its own version of online privacy protection for kids. Indiana is proposing a rule to protect the privacy of nonprofit donors, crypto. New York proposed a bill to establish token fraud, as well as another bill requiring disclosures by developers of virtual tokens in their advertisements. Labor and employment. Indiana is proposing a bill that makes it illegal for employers to put anything in employment contracts about employees being quiet about their wages. Iowa is doing their own proposal to end non-compete clauses. South Carolina wants to eliminate non-competes for any nonprofit. And then there's weed. New Jersey is proposing temporary detention for underage drinkers and cannabis smokers, where it's not a full arrest, just temporary custody, so they have to contact your parents just to freak the kids out. South Dakota, that wants to be the least regulated state, is proposing a law that makes it illegal for pregnant or breastfeeding mothers to get medical cannabis. And then finally, West Virginia wants to make it illegal to smoke tobacco in a car with any minor under 16. So that's it this week for Regalytics. Join me every Wednesday for your dose of regulatory news.